Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. We have a new Star Citizen 4.1.1 PTU patch to check out. As always, a huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members. Thank you all so much for the support. It is truly appreciated. So last Friday, Cloud Imperium dropped a new 4.1.1 patch onto the PTU for the evocati, with this build being left up for the weekend. Now, of course, with it being an evocati build, I can't show anything, but I can talk about the patch and discuss the patch notes. Now, I have yet to try this myself, so I can't speak about how well it plays or what my experience is like, but there is plenty of juicy stuff in the patch notes to talk about. Now, for this particular patch, we can see there is a couple of new missions available, the first one being called Ship Battle Missions Version 1, Part 1, and it states, this content delivery is focused around developing a new set of missions featuring ship combat, and each mission will have improved scenario design and leverage new technology to allow us to improve the narrative flow of missions. The goal is to deliver missions with superior scenario design and a greater level of polish and attention to detail. Now, this is sounding very interesting, and I know for many, the idea of another combat-orientated mission might not appeal too much, which I do get. I would certainly myself love to see many more industrial-focused missions as well, but what I'm excited about is to see how different these missions will be by way of this polish and scenario design, with the mission system refactor, the dynamic mission system, plus whatever this new technology is. If it is the refactor, I don't know, but all in all, seeing what this will involve, seeing how it will play in comparison to what we already have, will be fascinating. I also suspect that this will really help to continue tuning all of the ships and weapons and components, helping with this continued balance of everything basically. So yeah, very excited to see what that involves. The next new mission string is called Gillies Combat Pilot Training Missions. And correct me if I'm wrong, but when we used to have that tutorial where you would speak to that guy in the asteroid hangar before he took you out on kind of like a training sortie, wasn't his name Gilly? Is it the same guy that they've brought back? I don't know. Anyway, it says, these new Foxwell combat progression style missions from Gillies Training School have a goal to teach players about ship versus ship combat. Players are tasked with an implicit mission chain where we introduce new challenges and let the players figure their way through things rather than hold their hand every step of the way. The missions are intended to be for players who already know how to fly and are at least familiar with the game, but don't necessarily engage in much, if any, ship combat at all. There are a total of 8 missions to unlock and progress through, with increasing difficulty and complexity, and for the PTU specifically, all missions will be unlocked, but in the PU, these will need to be unlocked through completion. So again, great to see more detailed missions to take part in, and I absolutely love that they state that this will offer no hand-holding. That is something that I have always wanted with Star Citizen missions, and they have said as much, allowing players to really use their brains and senses rather than just blindly following UI mission markers every step of the way. It also looks like this will open up a better onboarding progression process for new players, where a new player can firstly start with the new player experience missions, and then when ready, sort of move on to this. Now, one thing that's quite important to note here is this will give those of you who don't really engage much in ship combat the option to learn more of the process and how to go about it, but it will certainly not give the skills required to be the best PvP dogfighters, but at least it will dip your toes into the ship combat arena as a place to get started in the verse, which is going to be even more important as more things come online, like engineering, and as ships get more finely tuned to where they're supposed to be, meaning each ship has their strengths and weaknesses, and that will play into the player's skill level. So again, very excited to see how all of these new missions will play out, and what they will involve, and how much more polished and detailed they are in comparison to what we are used to. But these are just 2 of the mission sets that we saw in the leaks, so potentially there will be a lot more to come. Now, for known issues with this build, there are 2 blockers, both relating to the new missions, and 8 critical issues, one of which being for the mining nodes on a planet surface not being scannable or mineable, so happy to see that's a high priority for them. the players not being able to carry anything from their inventory, as well as the landing gear being left behind when ships get destroyed, are still here in the known issues list. So I'm assuming that they just weren't hot fixable and require a bit more work, amongst a few other bugs as well. So there you go, that was the latest 4.1.1 PTU patch. Plenty of interesting stuff coming, and a lot of important issues to fix as well. Now, as Cloud Imperium stated, they want to push this through the waves quickly after a couple more patches. Likely just to get the numbers up as quick as possible so that they can highlight the issues that need fixing faster, but I don't think it'll be an evocati too long. My guess is there'll probably be another evocati patch tonight, and then tomorrow open to maybe wave 1 or 2 or every one, but potentially we could see an evocati tonight and then it opens up to more waves after a few hours of playtesting. We will see what comes along, but this will release to live, I suspect, in about 2 to 4 weeks at most, with a 4.1.2 coming along for Invictus in May, which is my opinion, not a fact, but as we saw in the leaks, there is probably much more content to come, although I suspect the data mined leaks that we saw will be features set for not just 4.1.1, but 4.1.2 as well. Again, just my opinion here. We will obviously see what happens as it unfolds, but that's what I suspect. 4.1.1 in the next few weeks to live, and then a 4.1.2 being the Invictus launch week patch. Now, today is the last day to get GameGlass at the higher discounted price of 27% off. It will return to full price after today, but I will always be able to get you at least 10% off all the time. So if you are interested in picking it up, be sure to use my link and code, and every purchase made using my link does directly support my channel and content, so it is much appreciated. And thank you so much to all of you who have done so already. You guys are legendary. Again, do let me know. Do you prefer Aegis or Drake for the Shard? I am definitely in Team Drake. With that said though, if you do enjoy my videos, please do consider subscribing. Also, for those awaiting my next camping video, unfortunately, with us all being ill this last week, I had to postpone the camp that I had planned for last weekend. Hoping to go camping this weekend, all being well. So if you are interested in watching me literally off-gridding in real life, check the link below to my new channel. It shouldn't be too long before I get that video up. Talking of off-gridding, myself and many others will be living off-grid in the verse on stream today. By all means, come and join in with us. And if you want to watch or learn more about what this involves, be sure to follow the link to my Twitch channel. It is twitch.tv/SuperMacBrother. Or by all means, watch me here on YouTube. You are all more than welcome. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. It does the channel a big favor. Tick that notification bell if you would like to be notified when my videos go live. Again, a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.